In this video, I'm going to discuss about this nucleic acids from the chapter biomolecules. Yes, if you look at first, what is hereditary here? So we know that the offsprings resemble their parents in many respects. Or we can say that generations for each and every species resembles the ancestors in many ways. So the characteristics have been transmitted from the parent to the offspring. Right, that is why the offspring resembles their parents in many respects. And what is responsible for the transmission of characters from parents to the offsprings is the nucleus. So the nucleus of the living cell is actually responsible for the transmission of these characters, and which is called as hereditary. Right. So what is present in the nucleus which is responsible for this are called as chromosomes. So in the nucleus, the chromosomes are responsible for the transmission of the characters from the parent to the offspring. And these chromosomes has proteins and nucleic acids. These two are the biomolecules, right? So of the biomolecules which are present in the living system, we have proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids. So we have proteins and nucleic acids which are present in the nucleus, which are responsible for the transmission of the characters. That means these are present in the chromosomes, and the chromosomes are responsible for the transmission of the characters from the parents to the offsprings. And these nucleic acids, and now we are looking at the structure of the nucleic acids and its chemical composition, actually are mainly of two types, DNA and RNA. So deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. Right. So this DNA and RNA are the, so what are the simplest units which are present in the nucleic acids are the nucleotides. So the nucleotides are linked together or bonded, resulting in the formation of a long polynucleotide chain, which is nothing but the nucleic acid. DNA and RNA, what are the simplest units which are present? These are the nucleotides. So in the nucleus has the chromosomes, which is responsible for the transmission of the characters, or which is responsible for the hereditary. And what are these chromosomes made up of? Actually, proteins and nucleic acids. Right. So these nucleic acids of two types, DNA and RNA, and DNA and RNA, what is the chemical composition of this? So they are made up of nucleic acids. It's a long chain polymer of nucleotides. So we're calling it as a polynucleotide. Right. What is the chemical composition of these nucleic acids, or in other words, what are the nucleotides made up of? The nucleotides are made up of this pentose sugar, phosphoric acid, and base. That is why on hydrolysis of this DNA, is yielding pentose sugar, phosphoric acid, and bases, which means that they are made up of these three components. Let's see one by one. See, what is the pentose sugar which is present in DNA and RNA? Let's look at it. Yes, the pentose sugar, pentose means 5. So 5-membered ring, which we can see here in DNA and RNA. So pentose sugar, which we are seeing in DNA and RNA, is different in only one respect. Let's see the structure of it. So this is 1. So pentose sugar is a 5-membered ring with oxygen. This is 2, third carbon, fourth carbon, and I'll write the 5th carbon. So at first position, OH on the top, H bottom, and second, H, OH, H, OH, so OH2, OH, and H. So beta D ribose. We are calling the pentose sugar in RNA as beta D ribose. Beta because the OH at first position is in the top. If it is at the bottom, we call it as alpha. So it is because at the top, we are calling it as what? Beta. And it is a ribose sugar. And if you can see the pentose sugar in DNA, it is same in all the respects. Just number them again. Same thing. Only thing is, so OH on the top again because it's beta. So H at the second position. Okay, I'll fill this up and yes, at the second position, if you can see here, this oxygen is not there. So only H, because instead of this OH, I have H here. So that is why we are calling it as beta. Again, it is only a ribose, beta D ribose. But at second position, if you can see that the second carbon, the oxygen is not there. So this is called as deoxy, without the oxygen. So beta D 2-deoxyribose. So what is the difference here? Only in the this is O is there, O is not there. So that is why we are calling it as deoxyribose. Right. So this is the pentose sugar which we can see, and phosphoric acid. And the third one are the bases. So what are these bases made up of actually? Bases can be of two types. They can be pyrimidine bases or purine bases. Pyrimidine bases are nothing but they are the derivatives of pyrimidine. And purine bases are the derivatives of purine. Simple. Purines. Right. So these are the derivatives of purines. Right. So let me write the structure of pyrimidine and purine. So first is pyrimidine. Pyrimidine again is a 6-membered ring like benzene. Write it as benzene, but put nitrogen instead of the carbon at 2 position. We have this nitrogen and alternating single and double bonds. This is what is pyrimidine. And purine. This is again a 6-membered ring like benzene, and a 5-membered ring is fused to this. Write again the nitrogens, same as what we are writing for pyrimidine, and here one more nitrogen, alternating single and double bonds. This is what is purine. So that purine and pyrimidine bases that we are seeing in DNA and RNA are nothing but just the derivatives of this pyrimidine or the derivatives of this purine here. Let's look at what are the bases which are present in DNA and RNA. Let's look at first for the purines. Yes, what are the purines which are present is adenine and guanine. These are the two bases, that is purine bases, which are present in both DNA and RNA. So these are what? Purines. So first I'll write the structure of the purine and then I'll write how it can be written. So first write a purine. 6-membered ring and a 5-membered ring. Again, nitrogens are there in this, right? Okay, 1 nitrogen, 2 nitrogen, and 1 more nitrogen here. Again, alternating. So here 1 NH2 is present. This is what is so double bonds here. So 1, 2, 3. Here double bond, same thing here. So this is a structure of so here also 1 nitrogen. So I forgot to write here. So this is here also 1 nitrogen should be present. Right. So the valency of nitrogen is 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here, 1 H, because 1, 2, 3 bonds. Rest all is the same. Right. So this is a structure of nitrogen, purine and pyrimidine, and we are writing the purines and the pyrimidines. These are the derivatives of purines. That's adenine and the guanine. This is the structure of adenine, and guanine also same thing, right? Again 6-membered ring with nitrogen and 5-membered ring with nitrogen. So where are the nitrogens here in the guanine? So we can see 1 nitrogen here and 1 nitrogen here, 1 nitrogen here, and 1 more nitrogen here. Right. So here I'll fill it up. So here we find C double bond O, and here we find NH2. So where can be the double bonds be now? So here no double bond because balance 1, 2, 3, 4. So here 1 is there, 1 and 1 more here. So this is the structure of this will be NH. This also will be NH here because valence is 3 here, 1, 2, 3. Right. This is the structure of adenine and guanine for, these are the purines which are present in both DNA and RNA. So we find in DNA and RNA, these are the same bases which are present in DNA and RNA, which are the purines. So now when we are looking for the pyrimidines, so first we'll see what are present in DNA. So in DNA, the pyrimidines which are present are thymine and cytosine. So I'll write the structure of thymine first. So I'll write the structure of pyrimidine. So pyrimidine is a 6-membered ring with nitrogens, right? 2 nitrogens here. And here we find C double bond O, and here it is CH3, right? This is thymine. This is the pyrimidine base which we found in DNA are thymine and cytosine. So this is a structure of thymine here. So here C double bond O, and here also C double bond O we can see here. And where is the double bond? Only one double bond, because here this will be NH and this also will be NH. This is a structure of thymine, that is a pyrimidine base which is present in DNA. And what is the cytosine? Again, write the 6-membered ring with 2 nitrogens in the ring. And so what you see is here again double bond O, here NH, here we'll see NH2. C double bond O, C double bond O, here CH3, here we have double bond O and NH2. So we can see 2 double bonds. So this is cytosine. So these two are the pyrimidine bases which are finding in DNA. But in RNA, we find, instead of this thymine, we find uracil. So what is this uracil? Again, write the 6-membered ring with nitrogens here, and only double bond O without this NH2. So this is what is the, again here double bond. Structure of uracil. Right. So this is represented by U, this is represented by C, represented by T, this is represented by A, and this is represented by G. So these two are the pyrimidine bases which are present in RNA. So instead of thymine, we find uracil. So here we see always the complementary pairing in DNA or RNA. So always adenine pairs with thymine in DNA, and guanine pairs with cytosine by means of 2 hydrogen bonds. This is by means of 3 hydrogen bonds. This is in DNA, right? This is in DNA. In RNA, so what is the bonding? We can see again A and U here, because instead of thymine, we are finding the uracil here, and again GC is the same, because the same pyrimidine, purines we are finding in both DNA and RNA. Both DNA and RNA, adenine and guanine are the purines. So adenine, guanine are the purines in the DNA and RNA. But only thing which is changing is the pyrimidines here. So what are the pyrimidines which are present in DNA? This is thymine and cytosine. In RNA, uracil and cytosine. So always adenine pairs with T and guanine with C in DNA. That means by means of 2 hydrogen bonds, by means of 3 hydrogen bonds. Here in RNA, always adenine pairs with U by means of 2 hydrogen bonds, and G with C by means of 3 hydrogen bonds here. So this is the structure of purines and pyrimidines, and also the pentose sugar which we are seeing in nucleic acids. So to sum up, so what are the 3 components of the nucleic acids here? It is the sugar, phosphoric acid, and a base. Sugar, in DNA it is deoxyribose sugar, and RNA it is ribose sugar. And when we come for the bases, it are the purine bases and the pyrimidines bases, which we can see here in DNA and RNA. So if you like my video, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. And the whole chapter of this biomolecules has been discussed on my YouTube channel, and the details of it has been given in the description box below. That is a link.